Good morning, everybody, and happy Labor Day to you. I hope you guys are having a fantastic morning. It is early morning, Labor Day, September the 4th, 2017. Good morning, Sean. I hope you guys are having a fantastic early morning if you're on this early in the morning, right? If you're listening to it at any other time during the day, I hope your day is going wonderfully. So glad to be here in a morning where we get to celebrate laboring, which I don't quite understand that, to be honest, why we are celebrating laboring, but I guess it's an interesting to celebrate. So this weekend I had, the last 2 days we had company here in the house, had a nice 2 days relaxing with some family and stuff, had a brother, a sister, a brother-in-law, a sister-in-law, had them all here, had some little ones here. It was a good time hanging out, chilling, and I observed something. So people were here for pretty much almost 2 full days. So 4 meals, right? 4 meal times they were here. And after everybody left yesterday, I was thinking back, and we did not sit down to eat one meal together. Like actually everybody sit down and let's eat right now together one single time over the course of 2 days. It was like there was food everywhere, and you just like picked. And then while you were cooking something for somebody, other people were doing other things, and then they were done. And after that, these people were picking over here and eating. Even breakfast was a 2-hour event of just picking this and picking that. It was a weekend of grazing. So I think we are now, range free. We're range free people for the last 2 days because we just grazed randomly. But it was a lot of fun. We had a great time, lots of food, lots of company, and it's always good to see little ones growing up to be such wonderful young ladies. But that's it. So things are moving and things are happening. Today's a big day. A lot of people have today off. I hope there's big plans, maybe some fishing, maybe some closing of the pool. Yes, I am very excited today that pool outside that window that I have to take care of is getting shut down. So I don't want to make it sound like I don't like having a pool. There are parts of me that don't because it's a chore, right? Who likes chores? I mean, you never like chores. But I do enjoy having it because I love being able to share that with friends and family and get people, see people in there having a great time during the summer. But we're at the end of the summer. Once everybody goes back to the school, nobody goes in the pool. It's like, it's a thing. So it's getting shut down today. I'm excited about that. But let's see what else. Oh, hey, let's move on to some things I have to share with you, okay? First, a shower thought from my favorite newsletter, The Hustle, right? Which I have told you many times. Here we go. One shower thought for the morning to think about. Here we go. The first person to discover that a butterfly used to be a caterpillar must have looked very suspiciously at every animal they came across. Right? Imagine that. Imagine somebody realizing that all of a sudden this thing, caterpillar, went in hibernation, all of a sudden it's a butterfly. When they saw the bear go into the den and hibernate, were they like, what's going to come out of there? Like a dragon? Like what's going to come out of that hole? It's scary. It's true. So I don't know, but on we go. So we are celebrating Labor Day today. Where did Labor Day, the holiday, come from? I figured since we're here, we might as well talk about it. So Labor Day, here we go. It honors the American labor movement and the contributions that workers have made to the strength, prosperity, laws, and well-being of the country. That is what today is about. So when you are celebrating Labor Day, make sure you take time to think about and ponder the contributions that workers have made to the strength of our country, the prosperity, the laws, and the well-being of our great country. That's what it's all about. Beginning in the late 19th century, as the trade union and labor movements grew, trade unionists proposed that a day be set aside to celebrate labor. Labor Day was promoted by the Central Labor Union and the Knights of Labor, which organized the first parade in New York City in 1887. Oregon was the first state of the United States to make it an official public holiday. By the time it became an official federal holiday in 1894, that was 7 years later after the first parade in New York, 30 U.S. states officially celebrated Labor Day. And that is where Labor Day came from. If you want to know more about it, of course, there's a link to this. This is just a Wikipedia page in the show links that you can read more about it and find out some more story and the people involved and whatever. But interesting. So that's where it came from. So, but there you go. Yes, Sean, I'm in full agreement. I just like having the day off as well, right? Another day. Although usually when you have a day off work, do you usually enjoy it relaxing or working around the house, laboring, right? It's, so I don't know, catch-22. But at least it's stuff that we want to do and get done, right? So there you go. So let's move on. Some stories to share here. I have two more stories to share with you this morning. And I feel really bad. I was just reviewing what I had planned for this morning's episode, because I usually plan them, the day or a couple days before or whatever like that. And I feel really bad because I read so much stuff that when I'm hanging out with people and we're talking about things, if something makes sense in the course of conversation, I will share that. Well, sadly, my brother-in-law, who is a great listener of the morning routine, which I appreciate very much, I shared these two stories with him, not knowing that they were stories that he's going to have to listen to today on the podcast. So, to my brother Scott, I apologize. But here we go anyways. So, two stories. One, Google. The word Google. All right. Is that a company or is that a verb? All right, this is the question to think about. Xerox. Was that a company or is that a word? Kleenex. Company word. Right? So it gets cloudy after a while. Google, much like the thermos, the zipper, or the trampoline, has reached the point where it's as much a verb or a noun as it is a company. As the term has become genericized, it's gotten harder for the tech giant to defend its intellectual property. Turns out the more popular a trademark gets, the more it belongs to the public. Interesting, isn't that? Last week, a petition was filed with the U.S. Supreme Court, and it argued that the generic use of Google as a verb is now so commonplace that Alphabet, the company, Alphabet's trademark on the word should be rendered void, that they should give up the trademark Google because we use it interchangeably anytime we're going to say we're going to search something online. Fascinating. Under U.S. trademark law, a trademark that becomes widely used as a word could potentially be considered abandoned. This happens when a product or service, like Kleenex, dominates a market so completely that the term becomes an indicator of the item as a sheet of nose-blowing paper rather than a specific company that it came from. So if you become super popular and super commonplace with a product or company that you create, they can take it away from you, is what this is saying, because it has become so integrated into society. Kind of weird, don't you think, that they can actually do that? But they can. So this is in the courts right now. I highly doubt that they're going to take the word Google away from Alphabet. I would highly doubt that, but you never know. So found that very interesting. Next story. The last story that I have for you is, this one is another one. And once again, Scott, I deeply apologize. But hey, it's still entertainment, you know? What commodity, how can I ask this question? What commodity, you'll never get this, but it's a simple question. What commodity do you think is outperforming most stocks in the world as far as investment value? So you could say oil, you could say gold, you could say a lot of different things, right? Listen to this. Vanilla, as in the flavoring, is outperforming many stocks. Back in March, Cyclone Inawo, I don't know how to say that name. E-N-A-W-O, Inawo. Cyclone Inawo ripped through Madagascar, the producer of about 50% of the world's vanilla beans. A pound of vanilla beans now runs about $272 to $320 per pound, which is a 400% increase in the price to a record high in the last months. Isn't that insane how much it costs for a flavoring? Even at these prices, though, vanilla is nowhere near the world's most expensive spice. So here's the question. I'm going to give you 5 spices. Which one do you think is the most expensive? Clove, cardamom, vanilla, saffron, cinnamon. Which one do you think is the most expensive in your mind? 5th most expensive at $6. Well, it's not the 6th most expensive, but cinnamon is at $6 a pound. So that's not it. Clove, $10 a pound. That's not it. Cardamom, $30 a pound. Not it. Vanilla, $272 a pound. The most expensive spice is saffron at $5,000 a pound. Saffron. So if you want a hobby, start making saffron in your backyard. Not exactly sure how you make that, but hey, you might as well start. So that's our stories for today, guys. Let's go on over and let's check our Google Trends. The top 10 most searched things on Google as of yesterday were Labor Day is number 1. Number 2, North Korea. That's getting nuts over there, guys. Hold on to your hats on this one because this is going to be a crazy ride, I promise you. Scary. I mean, it really is scary. Number 3, Walter Becker. Number 4, UCLA football. Number 5, the DACA. Number 6, the NCAA football scores. Number 7 spot is Will Grier. Number 8 is the NFL schedule. Number 9, Taylor Swift, ready for it. Number 10, Burning Man. The Burning Man is the big, whatever. What do you call that thing? What do you call it? A festival. That's what it is. It's called a festival. 3-day festival, Burning Man. So, but that's the top on the Google Trends. Let's go see what's trending on our news today. Top of the list in the trending news, according to Facebook, is, hey, a new royal baby is on the way. Kate Middleton is expecting her 3rd child. How exciting, right? Next, we have deferred action for childhood arrivals. Trump to end DACA with 6-month delay. Next, we have the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency. EPA defends action on flooded Superfund sites in Houston. After that, we have Pablo Carreno Busta. Shapovalov out of U.S. Open after loss to Karina Busta. After that, we have James Mattis. Mattis warns of massive, overwhelming military response to North Korea after meeting with Trump. Then we have Angela Merkel. Schultz fails to break through as Merkel holds firm in debate. Then we have People's Bank of China. China's central bank declares initial coin offerings illegal. Whoa. Okay. Then we have Adam Schiff, top House Intelligence Committee member. Trump is being dishonest about Russia ties. Last but not least, North Korea. North Korea conducts most powerful nuclear test yet. Scary stuff. Hold on to your hats. So, and on we go. Let's move on over, guys. Let's get ourselves a great passage of wisdom this morning. Today's passage of wisdom, I believe over the course of the last 165 episodes, somewhere along the line, this passage has probably been shared before. But doesn't matter. Because today, figuring on a Labor Day, I saw this passage again. And I was like, if most of us have a day off today, a lot of us have a day off, it might be some extra time to think about some things that maybe we think about in the morning routine and then we get busy with work and day's gone and we didn't think about it again. But maybe today when you're, tinkering around the house or whatever it is that you're doing or going to the park with the kids and riding bikes or taking a walk, you can ponder this passage of wisdom in a relaxed mindset and let it sink in a little deeper maybe than normal. So let's go. Today, very simple. Jeremiah chapter 29, Jeremiah is a great story, guys, if you haven't read Jeremiah. In fact, I just found that I have this. I didn't even know that I had this. It's called Immerse Messiah, the Reading Bible. And I haven't checked, I've opened it, and there's no chapter and verse in it. It's just like you read it like a book. I'm interested in reading Jeremiah in this. So I've never read anything like this way before. But anyways, on to the passage. Sorry, guys. Jeremiah chapter 29, verse 11. Here we go. For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future. Isn't that amazing? You know what? I can feel my heart racing right now because I was planning on going back to bed after this, but there's no way I'm going back to bed after I just read that passage. It's impossible to lay down and go to sleep after I just read that. Think about this. Think about a God who has created this entire earth. Think about a God who has designed your eyeball with its amazing way to focus rapidly and follow moving project better than any technology out there. Think about the human body. Think about the universe, that there's more stars in the universe than there are grains of sand on the beaches, which is proven. That's not just a thing. Think about that God. That God right now is saying directly to you. He's saying it direct. Oh, I'm getting excited. That God is saying directly to you, for I know the plans I have for you. Plans to prosper you, not to harm you. Plans to give you hope and a future. Are you kidding me? What? All we have to do is listen, ask, follow, hold his hand. There are amazing plans, an amazing hope, an amazing future. Think about this. This is fascinating. I don't know why you wouldn't want to know what that is. Are you kidding? That's like unbelievable. All I got to say is today, when you're doing whatever it is you're doing, ponder this thought, that there are plans that have been made for you. You have been created for a purpose. You are meant to be exactly who you are, where you are, and why you are. Plans to give you hope and a future. And not just you, but wherever you are, look to your left. Look to your right. The people that you see around you, he has plans for them as well. And we can encourage them and be encouraged ourselves to discover this passage. It's deep inside our minds and hearts. Amazing. Let's pray, guys, and let's get this day started. Father, good morning. Father, I am so excited. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for giving us your word. Thank you so much for letting us know who you are, how you think, how you see us, how you love us, the amazing plans and hope and future that you have for us, that you've created each and every single one of us with intent and purpose. Nobody is a random thing. There's no such thing as a mistake, no matter what anybody has ever heard or been told. There's no such thing as that. Father, be with us today on a Labor Day when we most of us get a time to pause and think about what's going on around us and get some things done around the house or spend time with friends and family. Father, help us today to realize that there are great, great plans for us and the people around us. Give us the strength to be an encouragement. Help us to be so strong and encouraging people that we put everybody before ourselves, helping them to find out what the plans for them are. And by doing that along the way, we'll discover what the plans you have for us are. Father, we love you so much, and we thank you for this wonderful day you have given us. We love you. Amen. All right, guys, that is a wrap. I hope that you are starting this day so encouraged. And if you're listening to this later on in the day on YouTube or on the podcast, I hope that this day is just maybe you were halfway through. Maybe it's nighttime. Maybe the rest of the night now you're like, you're ready to take off, right? I know there's a lot of people listening over in UK. And listen, it's late. It's a different time of day over there. Guess what? There's still time left in the day. So make it count, all right? I love that you guys are here. I'm so grateful to be part of the morning routine experience with you guys every weekday morning. And until tomorrow morning where we get to be together again, don't forget to be exactly who you were meant to be. I love you guys. Have a great day.